Hello guys, welcome back to Verified So and to this video. This video is going to be a follow-up video on the previous video, and it's regarding the DS260 form. And I'll be tackling three things or three issues in this video. The first one is the reason as to why you have not yet gotten your second notification letter. And number two, after unlocking and updating your DS260 form, which date is regarded as your submission date for the DS260? And number three, does when you submit your DS260 form affect you? And especially for those with higher case numbers that are not yet current. So let's begin with the first one. The reason as to why you've not yet received your second notification letter and your case number is current, the first one might be because you submitted your DS260 form late and KCC has not yet reached processing your DS260 form. A good example is if your case number is already current and it is low, but you submitted your DS260 form, say in August or July of this year, that means that KCC might not have reached your DS260 to process because KCC has not reached processing DS260 forms submitted in that month in which you submitted. And therefore, even if you are current, you might be waiting for your second notification letter at this moment, but your DS260 has not been processed because you submitted it late. So if you submitted your DS260 form in September and your case number is current, don't expect the 2NL this early. Expect it sometimes next year when your DS260 will have been processed. That's number one. The number two reason might be, yes, you submitted your form DS260 early enough, but your DS260 form requires some longer time in processing. So they might have opened your DS260 form and they have begun processing, but it is taking them longer time to do some background check in your DS260 form, and therefore it takes longer time. And whenever it will be over with processing, you will receive your second notification letter. That might be the second reason. So the point to get from what I've just discussed is you should try as much as possible and submit your DS260 form early enough, and to be more specific, immediately the results are out and you're selected, start filling in your form DS260 and submit it to avoid all this late reception of the second notification letter. The other issue that I'm going to tackle, as I had said, is after you request unblocking of your DS260 form, in other words, unlocking of your DS260 form, for you to update some relevant information. Which date does KCC consider as your submission date? And does it affect your DS260 processing? Number one, the first submission that you did, that will always remain the date of your submission. If you did it in May and you unblocked in July, that May submission is considered the submission date. And it does not affect processing, especially if the information you are adding does not require any background checks. If you're just updating your names or you're updating your travel document information, the passport, that does not affect anything. But in some cases, if you're updating with some travel information, for example, you toured these countries that are suspected of terrorism, then it means that some background checks will have to be conducted over your case. And then that will cause some effect. And the initial date of submission is considered the date of submission. Also note this, that if you have a high case number and you have requested unlock and updating, remember, when KCC will reach your DS260 for processing, they will just see that you submitted your DS260 form at a certain date, and at a certain date you updated, and they will just process it. It does not affect nothing. It's just very okay. And that's why I tell you, if you realize that you have some crucial information that you need to update, just go ahead and unblock and update it. I hope the information is clear for you, and if so, please show some favor by liking the video and also subscribing to the channel if you have not, and let's meet in the next video.